Welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm Adriana Sparks, and I'm coming to you right from Levi Stadium. We're just a few days away from Super Bowl 60 with so much exciting coverage, starting with, of course, the big game. 5 months of football, and it all comes down to one game, Super Bowl 60. Patriots, Seahawks, one night here under the lights at Levi's. The reigning national champions, the Yukon Huskies, and their 7'2" center Donovan Clingan are set to take on the 7'4" center Zach Edey and the Purdue Boilermakers in what is expected to be a big man versus big man matchup tonight. Now this is as good as it gets. Number 10 Miami and number 6 Ole Miss, two programs chasing something bigger than a bowl win, but only one team can leave the desert still dreaming. It comes down to this, Connor. When the game tightens, the noise rises and the moment demands a hero. And whoever answers that call on Sunday is going to become a champion. Here at Pro Bowl practice, the vibe is loose, but the talent isn't. This is what happens when the league's best get room to have fun and still show off. The clock is ticking down to the championship game as the Yukon Huskies and the Purdue Boilermakers prepare to fight for the NCAA men's basketball title. Absolutely were. Despite the highlights that you are seeing, this has been a game determined by defense and defensive turnovers. NAU kind of switching it up between man and a 2-3 zone on defense and has had some success, but Northern Colorado's full court press and defense has been altogether too much for the Lumberjacks.
So exciting to be back, and I am especially excited to join you today because this matchup is really interesting. These teams had very different expectations coming into week one, and so let's take a quick look into that preseason poll to see how their respective coaches ranked each team. Over in the United Athletic Conference, the Utah Tech Trailblazers were slotted 9th in the preseason poll. However, over in the Big Sky, we actually have the Lumberjacks, who were picked to finish 4th, and they even cracked the FCS Top 25 after their season opener last week against ASU. But today, Mitch, rankings don't matter. Both of these teams are very hungry for their win.
Right, and it's not to say that non-conference games aren't important. They absolutely are. But these are the kind of games where you can really test things out, see how things work, change rotations or game approach before you face those in-conference rivals, which are really such pivotal games, especially if you're in the Big 12. Yeah, the Lumberjacks have been able to keep her kind of at bay in some ways, but, you know, somebody as dominant as Addie Knopf, especially with the breakout weekend that she had against Duke, 14 kills, you really just have to know that she's going to be able to make plays. It's getting hot up here in Roll Activity Center. Fans are on their feet. They are loud, and these Lumberjacks are looking hungry for this win. Montana State, you mentioned it. They started early. They started the full court press immediately, and they never let their foot off the gas pedal. They forced turnovers, but not only are they forcing them, they're also converting points off of them. James, you mentioned earlier that every single NAU player to check in today has recorded at least one turnover. That stat hurts.
It's your first time back in the Dome this season, and you've played such a huge part in defending it. Tell me how it feels.
It feels great, you know. Playing the game, we were just thinking about running the ball. We couldn't do that at the beginning. And then after that, after the halftime, I talked to the linemen, everybody talked to the linemen, and then we set them straight, and then everybody started running. We started running the ball and then having fun. So,
how does it feel just to watch it develop play by play?
It feels great, you know, at the beginning of the game. You get a little frustrated. Don't get to run the runs that you want, but, you know, we keep talking to linemen, keep working, do what you got to do. Okay, second half, new game. So then we started working and then started getting yards.
Awesome.
These two teams are very familiar with each other.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. These teams have met in 2 of the last 3 Big Sky tournaments, and last year, the Lady Grizz kind of had a little upset. They sent the Lumberjacks home in the semifinal round.
And a big part of that game for Montana was Matt Koenig. She's our impact player to watch in this one. She's back for her senior year.
Yeah, Matt Koenig is Montana's go-to scorer right now. She absolutely erupted at Abilene Christian Christmas Classic. 47 points in 2 games, including a 35-point explosion and an overtime win against Tarleton State. These performances vaulted her into the top 20 on the Lady Grizz all-time scoring list.
And on the other side for Northern Arizona, it's one of the most elite scorers in the country, and she's just a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, that's none other than Naomi White. Now, she has come into college basketball on an absolute tear. We're talking 20-plus points in 9 of 13 games, 6 of those with 25 or more. She leads the Big Sky and ranks top 10 nationally at 22.6 points per game, James.
Now this is as good as it gets. Number 10 Miami and number 6 Ole Miss, two programs chasing something bigger than a bowl win, but only one team can leave the desert still dreaming. For Ole Miss, the path to a national title comes with turbulence. Lane Kiffin is gone. He bolted for rival LSU and is taking staff with him. But the Rebels haven't slowed down. Instead, they've leaned on resilience, depth, and a roster built to survive chaos. But the spark belongs to Trinidad Chambliss, from Division II national champion to a backup to one of the most electric players this postseason has seen. Georgia couldn't contain him in the quarterfinals as Chambliss fueled a 39-34 comeback that declared Ole Miss as very real contenders.
Dejan struggling, tackle from behind by DeMello Jones at the 30.
Across the field stands a different kind of return. Miami, once college football royalty, is back on the national stage under Mario Cristobal, an alum who came home 3 years ago with one mission: restore the standard.
Been a 20-plus year journey to return and not take Miami back, but move Miami forward.
And at the center of it all is quarterback Carson Beck, the most accurate passer left in the playoff race. Beck has turned efficiency into an identity, guiding an offense that doesn't need to flash in order to be lethal.
Time, checks it down, Fletcher wide open, burst down and into Ohio State territory. Pushed out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Now, with momentum rebuilt and belief restored, the Hurricanes have a chance to cap a long climb with a statement win, one that says Miami isn't chasing the past anymore. 2 teams, 2 paths, 1 night in the desert. Reporting from Glendale, Adriana Sparks. While March is synonymous with the college basketball tournament, North Carolina State forward Mohamed Diarra has spent the last month not only preparing for the Final Four, but also staying in touch with his faith. For 30 days out of the year, Muslims around the world partake in Ramadan, a form of worship in which they abstain from food and water from sunrise to sunset. This year, the Final Four falls during Ramadan, which means Diarra is faced with a unique challenge: staying true to his faith while competing at a high level on one of the biggest sports stages in America.
I give everything I got for God now, and He gives me back. He helped me to play well, helped my team to win, and I ask Him every day to win. I play good, don't get hurt, protect my teammate, my team, everybody.
While he fasts, Diarra follows a different dietary path than his teammates in order to stay energized and hydrated during gameplay. NC State nutritionist Jesse McGinley helps him maintain his strength while he observes Ramadan.
It's 48 hours prior to is really important to get enough carbs, get enough hydration, liquids, all of those things. And so based on that, I kind of time it with certain amounts. And then routine looks a little different with the framework being the same. It can kind of look like an IV, a dextrose IV, and then different foods that just kind of equal the amounts I need him to get.
Averaging almost 12 points per game since the beginning of Ramadan, Coach Kevin Keats says that he's impressed with Diarra's performance during the tournament.
What he's doing now is incredible. The numbers that he's putting up and obviously how he's playing and the personality that he's become and how he's working with his team and going through everything that he's going through and being able to perform at the highest level, that says a lot about his character.
Keats says that Diarra's dedication to his religion is a reflection of his personality as a teammate.
He's amazing. I mean, he has stayed very true to his faith and true to his teammates.
NC State faces off against Purdue in the semifinal tonight, and Diarra is confident that his faith will guide him to the national championship. Reporting from Glendale, Adriana Sparks, NAZ Sports. Now, some players struggled with Santa Clara trivia, among other things. I had the chance to quiz players about their Bay and ball knowledge. Check it out. Do you know the last time that Santa Clara hosted a Super Bowl?
I don't. Never?
6 years ago.
What was the matchup? Do you know the last time that Santa Clara hosted a Super Bowl?
10 years ago.
What was the matchup?
The Broncos and the Panthers.
And what happened?
Yeah, the Broncos won.
Do you notice that there's fog that rolls into the bay like every morning and evening?
No.
It has a name. Like the people in San Francisco have named it. Well, what do you think it is?
Fog. It's called fog.
Like a human name.
Oh. Jerry.
It's Carl. Carl.
The Santa fog.
The Santa fog?
Santa Clara Fog.
It's not smog.
That. The fog?
Fog. No.
The storm? I don't know.
Carl? Carl?
Give me your best Richard Sherman impression.
When you put a sorry receiver on me like Crabtree, that's the result you're going to get.
I don't know. LOB. Try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're going to get.
Try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree? The best of the world. Your Sherman impression?
This bum against us? Try us with this sorry receiver? Come on, man, not a Crabtree guy. Can't be that guy.
Just like, that's it.
Tell me your best Richard Sherman impression.
Oh, I would not be doing that.
The Golden Gophers are bringing the holiday spirit to Phoenix this year, just a few days ahead of the 36th annual Rape Bowl. Today, Minnesota student athletes spent the day with the youth, with games and activities to bring in that Christmas spirit. The Rape Bowl isn't just about big plays and touchdowns. It's also about giving back. The Golden Gophers joined the Fiesta Sports Foundation this week to give kids and families a chance to laugh, play, and experience a little extra joy this holiday season.
We got to wrap like a present that they wanted, and then some families weren't able to make it somewhere, so you'd give the gifts out and then just hang out with the kids for a little bit.
For many families, the holidays can be a difficult time, especially when resources are tight. But that's where partners like the Golden Gophers and the Arizona Friends of Foster Children Foundation step in.
We know that for these families, sometimes the holidays can be a hard season. They're stretched a little bit thin, and they want to be able to give their kiddos those special memories that we all want. And so for us to be able to help with that, I think it's very special. And when you have a great team like Minnesota who's willing to come in and be a part of that, it just makes it perfect. When you get to see those kids' faces when they walk in, they're always a little overwhelmed by the size of the football players. But then to unwrap a present that was on their list and to have that moment, it brings a tear to my eye, that's for sure. And so it certainly helps make the holidays even more complete.
For Minnesota defensive end Anthony Smith, the mission goes deeper than football. He says serving the community can change a child's life.
Again, it's bigger than football. That's our whole mantra of our football team, serving and giving. That's all we want to do. And then just getting to see the smiles on those kids' faces, it means the world to us because, again, that could be the difference from them wanting to play a sport and not wanting to play a sport. So I think that's just really special. To get to see those kids smile, it means a lot to me and my teammates for sure.
That's already true for Junior, who spent the day with the Golden Gophers and says he's excited to play football next fall with the East Valley Warhawks.
So it's a youth football team, and it's pretty fun, and I'm so excited because some of my friends are going to do it, and they live by me.
1, 2, 3. Adriana Sparks, NAZ Sports.